not where Stevie gets all his strength. Look. Hey, here's what the deal is. I guess the back, I guess it's a thing of timing, because the pinion seal, I don't know where the other piece separated. And this piece is riding in there on the pinion bearing. Is this it? Here's the old one. See, it just fell apart. See, and I don't have the spacers to gap them. I didn't keep that with the kit of the other one. It'll be all right. We'll live with it. But I put the new seal in, put some blue Loctite around and hammered it on. Let me pull it back out. I had to make a puller. Didn't have a puller, so I had to build one. But I got me a puller made. I'll set y'all up here. Y'all ready? You were all ready for this? That ain't bad. I'm gonna take a picture of that part number. It's an FYI, I am using Bert and Ernie this morning. I already twerked him down with Bert, but I like him. There's Ernie. I'll have him out too. Working pretty good, boys. Light. I mean, I ain't ran them long, so I can't say whether they have a long lifespan or not. They're pretty light, so I kind of don't know about that. I like them. Bert and Ernie. Here it is, our first job's done. Got her put back in. Fill up with oil and see if we gain weight. We're back on the brakes now. I'm getting ready to show y'all what I'm dealing with right now on the brakes. Now, if y'all's taking this serious, get the pause button ready, because I gotta go through this pretty quick. Those of you that know, I put the, I hooked my brakes up a while back. It's up in the cab of my valve edge, you can't see it. But what you can see, if this is supply going to the steering valve. I tapped it into the supply, which is kind of a jimmy rigging and stuff, and I think I'm gonna undo all that. I had to build me a 9-degree elbow and stuff. I'm gonna undo all that, and I'm gonna run a supply line directly to my brake valve. Problem is, I don't know where to patch it in at. And I've been doing some reading, and standby pressure on this thing's like 450 pounds. And when you hit the brake pedal, the way these brakes are designed, it's designed to take full line pressure. So, what's happening is, since it's a pressure compensating system, what means is it charges the lines and then kicks into neutral. When it gets a big drop in pressure and line pressure, that's what strokes the pump out and it goes to working again. So basically, in a nutshell, when I go to use my brakes, they work okay, but they're only working off 450 pounds of pressure. Tool, I bump the steering wheel, pump strokes out, pressure's up, then I got brakes. Now, I feel that I could solve this problem by putting an accumulator in my line to where, say you're, and maybe a check valve to where when your pump strokes up, it'll feed an accumulator that'll build up pressure, you know, just when you're driving. It'll stroke up, build up pressure, and build up against that backed up air and keep a charge in there. So when you hit your brakes, and it just draws that accumulator, which is more moving parts. I don't have one sitting on the shelf, or I might try it, but I don't have one sitting on the shelf, and I ain't gonna screw with it. What I'm gonna do is go ahead and stick with what I got, but the pump that feeds the steering also feeds the lift on the tilt and the arms and all that stuff. And what that runs through, so in a nutshell, I'll try to make this quick. Here's the supply. It goes to this valve in here you're looking at. That's a priority valve. Let me get you all fixed here. So what it does, what a priority valve does, it gives steering your priority of your oil. So when you go to steer, so at the bottom of this valve, you can follow my finger here, this big line here that goes across through here, down underneath here, that's heading through that sock, heading to the front frame. That's your main supply to your front valve bank up there. But off the back side of this valve is another little line. It's right underneath here, you can't quite see it. But it comes up through here, travels around, goes all the way up here, and that's our supply to the steering. So, this valve makes sure the steering always has oil. So when you go to do something on a machine, the steering gets the priority of the oil. If the steering gets enough oil and it gets backed up, then it switches over and goes to your front frame. So basically, in a nutshell, it's always keeping your steering charged. But with the way I got my stuff wired in, that drops. If you see what I mean, it don't matter if I hit my arms, because it's going to take oil away from my brakes if I do that. So I'm going to put, to keep from having to hook up accumulator and stuff, I'm going to put a T in right here. I built me a T that comes off with the number 8, so this is 1 inch. So I'm going to put the T in here like this on the main supply of the priority valve. Then off of the side of this T, I'm going to run number 8. Run it up to supply my brakes. I'll hook all this back in the way it was. I'll run into that line to supply my brake valve. So, if I need brakes and for some reason it won't pressure up and help me, all I gotta do is bump a lift arm or something, anything, and it'll stroke that pump in and give me brake pressure. That's the idea. But either way, I'll be getting it off that steering valve because it's not helping me. And if that don't work, if that don't work, all I gotta do is put me an accumulator in somewhere. Where have you? Put me an accumulator in somewhere with the check valve, and then when this pump strokes up and you're using your lift arms or something, it'll charge up that accumulator while the pump's pumping, and sit there and hold that oil and wait for me to hit the brake pedal. But I don't like relying on it. I like accumulators, don't get me wrong, I use a sniz out of them, but I don't like to have to rely on one to do your job, because they get bad and people run them too long when they're bad, and then you go to rely on them and then they're not there and stuff like that. And they're extra moving parts. And with this here, I just put this T in there and I really ain't adding a lot of moving parts. And I'm also, when I get done, so I got this line here that goes to the front brakes. I'm gonna run me a small line, run all the way back to the back frame, and I'm gonna hook up my back brakes too while I'm at it. Real quick, I got smokestack lightning playing, so I gotta make this quick. Wait, they set this rig up. It had no back brakes. There's the port where the brakes are in these John Deere axles. And they run a hose up to a bulkhead fitting up there. See them bulkhead fittings up there? And I gotta drill me a hole up there to the chassis. I hope it ain't real thick. See it up there? And run the hoses, and run a hose up there. Boy, I'm gonna say that's a 1/2 inch thick metal. But either way, we'll get her hose drilled in there. All right, it's in. I got lucky in that bulkhead. There's already a hole in it, and I just utilized that hole. But here is the fitting. So she's hooked up on the bottom side. I just gotta put this plate back on. Then we good. I'll let y'all listen to Ernie a little bit. Come on, Ernie. Get on there, driver. Get on there. You heard this. Scrambler! Hang on. It's always like this when I do something. Especially when the vidge is on. Now. Come on, Ernie. Well, that's her. She's on there. I don't like how close it is that fitting, but I think it'll be all right. I believe. We're getting ready to button it up. There it is. I ran short and I had to end up putting it up. Daggone it. It's just silly stuff. But I got it all zippy tied up and everything's got protective coating on it and all that good mess. I do a lot of zippy tying when I'm doing mine. But she's all in. She should all be done. I'm gonna go ahead and put this piece on, and I end up putting a bulkhead fitting right there. And that's the going to the back brake. So I got a bulkhead fitting there. So there's a short hose inside the cab. And that hose kind of goes through a pinch point up there. I don't like that, but it is what it is for now. Next time I have this cab up, I'll check that out. It don't really have a lot of vibration on it. It's a return back to tank, so it shouldn't have a lot of vibration on it. It should be all right. But there we are. Well, here's a bit of bad news. Look at the mess. That's coming out the rear end vent. I guess they didn't have back brakes installed in this axle. So, well, if I could wipe the daggone, I got sweat all over me and I can't get the phone clean. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll pull that hose apart and plug it up there under there where it's easy. I got to put them trunnion bushings in this thing sometime this winter. And when I do, I'll pull the axle head out of it, rip it down, put brakes in it. Kind of a tough brake. Front brakes are working good though. That stuff's working like it was. You can pinch the pinchers and get them to set up so tight, so we'll live. We actually cut a hole in the asphalt over there with the front tires, but I just hate that. Really want them back brakes to work. Well, so basically the pads and everything ain't in the housing. I've got extra pads and stuff around. I probably got all the parts it takes sitting on the shelf out there to get them brakes hooked up. But I ain't gonna slow down right now and take the rear end all apart and do all that. We'll do that directly. That's why it always pays off to have a boneyard. Okay, now look. Inside here, back down there, I got the stud that's in good shape. The trunnion that's in good shape. Mine's probably gonna be in bad shape because when we bought the rig, you know, it never been greased. Okay. Now this is my fallback. I'm gonna try to do it out of that junk one over there. But if I have to fall back, because this one's like new, this son of a buck's in great shape. This rear end is a good rear end. All my brakes, the backup and the piston and stuff's there. My that number, the 125, 126, the 125, 124, and the RE51688. That's my, them's the three parts. Here's, all I need other than these three parts is just seals. So there's one side, there's the other side in great condition except for a busted light bulb on it. And then I got this in here. Oh man, that is plenty good enough shape for who it's for. That's great. I didn't want to spend a bunch of money on that stuff. But I'm only going to use this parts out of this rear end if I absolutely positively have to. I'm going to try to use them out of that older one over there. Take a die grinder and clean the parts up in the buffing wheel. So, but what this means is Big Mama's not spending money on rear end parts. She's just going to be spending money on gasket kits and bearings. And the only bearings I think I'll have to do is these pinion bearings. I ain't taking this apart and not putting bearings in it. See, because I think mine's busting right there like that other one did that was over there. So I think I'm going to be mining the bearing, see if that seal, the seal when I put in the other day was the same seal that was in this. So I'm sure it's going to be, we'll pull that off and see what it looks like. Yeah. Oh yeah. And heck, I can get my bearing numbers right there. Down there, them Timken bearing numbers. Boys, we're in good shape, thank goodness. I'll be all right. I can rest easy now. I got 2 weeks. I'm gonna try to finish this job we're on, and let me put this back on one top. Got 2 weeks. I'm gonna try to finish this job what we're on, and once I get this job done, I'm gonna try to lay it down as quick as I can and take advantage of extra hours and stuff because I'm close to home. And then hopefully get done like 2 days ahead of Stevie if I can pull that off, or 3. Come back to the mill, pull that rear end out, start into my project and get her fixed. So, but now that I know this stuff, I can rest easy. How do I, wow. This is just an FYI just to share with you guys. We've acquired these a long time ago. They're big diameter, old style 2100 PSI cylinders. And I'm gonna make a log splitter, I think, out of them. One of the big oversized logs. I'm gonna hook cylinders butt to butt and make long rams out of it to split like great big logs you can't throw in the mill. To where you can take a loader, come up and plumb it up with your quick couple, run like a splitting rack off of a loader. We'll see. Out of spare parts. Out of all this time that I'm never gonna have. No, I got all kinds of ideas, but I just knew, yeah. Problem is, the day's only so long. Stacks off the Larrymobile. Boy, them was some big old stacks. Look at that. Them was 7-inch, they're 7 or 8. The tips was. You know, I could utilize them on the Blackie thing. The part that goes over the cab. I was thinking, now, I want to make mine out of square stuff. I just want to make square. No, I don't want to do that. Oh, we got our new chain. That is 3/4, ain't it? Why does that look like the stuff I already had? It don't look like 3/4, does it? Yeah, it's 3/4. It's gotta be. See, just the main chains is all they get real thick. That looks like what we done had. Maybe it is 3/4. We're gonna put these, me and Raji, we're gonna log right here by close to home here for a couple weeks. So I told Mama, instead of debarker screaming in her ear, and having to do everything on boards on the concrete, me and Raji set up here in the grass and do it. The other day, me and Raji was putting the chains on, and old boy got on my butt. Said y'all was doing it the hard way. So he told us to put what? A strap around the lugs, and me and Raji tying it to there and there. This old boy. Raji thought it was crazy when I first came up with the idea. This old boy has got it. There, can y'all see? And that's all there is to it. Old boy said, y'all's making me nervous doing the way y'all's doing. He said, y'all working way too hard. That's what I love about YouTube's, Roger. I've learned more from this channel. Look at these. These son of a bucks are fiddle string tight. Look at that. Look at how they're smashed in the tire. That's your tensioner. That's your air operated tensioner. Fiddle string tight. Look at that, boy. Oh boy. You can't even, I'm pulling as hard as I can down there. I can't even budge it. Tight, 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 tight. It took us about almost 2 hours to put that side on, this tire on. Guys, I am super frustrated. I mean, to the 110th degree. We put fuel filters on there today. Yesterday. After we put the chains on, see the chains? Roger! He goes to put a fuel filter on, he didn't even go put fuel in it. I don't know what he was thinking, he had something crossed up in his head. I said, Roger, don't put that filter on without any fuel in it. So he fills this one up. Hang on, let me show you. He fills this one up, but he forgets to fill this one up. So he screws it on. I don't know, I was doing other stuff. Loaded on a trailer and there's enough filter in this thing. All I had to do is turn it and load it on a trailer. So I loaded on a trailer, didn't even know it. Went down the job a little bit ago, go to unload it, and something won't start. Of course I crank on it like, what is going on with this thing? Before I realized, hey, we just changed fuel filters. Probably got something screwed up. Now look, we got fuel. I've got fuel all the way up to the common rail, I promise you. The way this machine works, fuel tank sits higher than the motor. Here's common rail at this level, and the fuel sits up at this level. So I got fuel gravity feeding basically in the whole rig. Here's my doodad. I hate this Cummins motor, I'm telling you. Me and Cummins, look at that, Mount St. Helens. Me and Cummins, we do not get along. Everybody that watches Logger Wade knows this. Even though I run a Cummins every day, me and Cummins does not get along. But anyways, long story short, I'm at wit's end. I have cracked lines loose, primed up to there. We've been cranking on this thing. Water ain't burned starter out. I filled that up, that jug up with fuel. Jenny's going down to see. Yeah, I had to turn around and bring it back to the farm. We're actually logging close by the farm, which is good. You got a shop close to the woods. But I got fuel level all the way up this common rail. I've got fuel, I've cracked lines here, there, and yonder, and I've not done it wrong, so those of you that thinks I got air in it, I don't. But this son of a buck ain't lifting fuel. Now, it will not lift fuel. I crack this line loose right here, crank and crank and crank and crank and crank, and my finger gets sore until the starter starts smoking. If I wanted to. Can't get fuel come out up there. I went through everything in here. What am I doing wrong? Y'all can call me stupid. You can call me whatever you want. I don't care. I just want to know, does anybody know? And it ain't, and I've ordered that. I did order that doodad there. So it's coming. That son of a buck's $250, that little relief. But I don't think it's a relief. I think it's actually a pumping situation because it will not raise up to there. It will not gusher out fuel. I'm at wit's end. God, sorry. Why does Cummins hate me? Why? What did I ever do to you besides complain all the time? I do complain all the time about Cummins. Maybe it's karma. Maybe I have every bit of this coming to me. Oh, I got frustrated. Started throwing stuff. I broke my daggone panel down there. See my panel down there in the ground? I broke it. I throwed that son of a buck like a 6-year-old baby throwing a little tantrum. Stevie thought it was funny. Said, I'm gonna turn the camera on. I said, Stevie, don't you touch the camera. I don't know. Somebody tell me something smart me up. I got 2 rigs on it. Feed my batteries. Right there. Feeding the starter there. I don't know. I can't see my screen right now. So we are feeding it. We'll go crank on the stupid thing again. Daggone son of a bucking jacket going. Boy, man, this buncher. I'm not having. This is a love-hate relationship, man. This sum up in buncher's got a love-hate. It's up there. Ought to be going. Ain't no water in it or air in it. This common rail either don't go or it goes. It either don't go or it don't start up and miss like a damn normal injection pump. Ain't going dead. I'm gonna let the starter cool here in a minute. You can't put ether in it. Can't do that. I've tried that before and vapor lock it. Piece of junk! Somebody tell me what I'm doing wrong. Well, here's how I got the killer thick piece of shit. I cracked the line right there, let the filters out, and make the start stuff. There's stuff right here. I just ran over ether for a little bit and got it reared up between. I gotta have a seat somewhere in there to where when the fuel gets weak, there's enough bypass in there where it ain't catching. That's what I think's going on. It's either in the feed tubes down in there, or the jack, or something. Something in there that ain't sealed up tight. And I gotta have some big rope behind it for the catching. There's my starter cord. All the braking I've been doing, hold your hand on it. Redoing the other steering cylinder. What? He's out there. Duncan's been, he's right there. Duncan's been using Stevie's truck to lay under. So we're redoing Junkie's other steering cylinder, and we need to use the Toyota for a wrench. Oh yeah, Stevie, looking good. Looking good. Look good. Ho, 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 ho. Go that way a little bit. There you go. Come on up, air drop. A little bit more there. Whoa. Whoa. So what we're gonna do?
That better not slip off and hit my fender. Am I on it?
Yeah, that's Stevie's brand new fender. Yeah, up just a hair farther. Just a couple inches. Whoa. Back a hair. It ain't got enough power to pull it, Steve. Now you're grinding gears, Stevie. Whoa! So what we're gonna do is it's gonna catch, and that tire's gonna spin, and the bar's gonna come up and bend Stevie's brand new fender that he just got his antenna. What do you call that?
I broke that thing the other day, so I had to glob some silicone in there that way I can listen to radio.
A silicone antenna? On your phone? Your phone's got its own antenna.
Yeah.
Stevie, it's getting it through the internet or the Wi-Fi. All right. Pick the blade up, and then I'll put the wrench on, put the blade down, wrench turn loose. Copper. We're gonna see how this works. Which, if it's me and Stevie doing it, it's probably gonna work quite dysfunctional. Actually, now let me put this down a second. Okay. Here goes nut. All right, down a little bit. Whatever. Stevie is going to learn today. All right, Stevie, drop it down. Stevie done learned today. So that's what you call a Toyota torque wrench. What do you think, Duncan? That make you walk any better? That's a Toyota torque wrench.
It didn't take nothing to pop it, did it?
No. Now once you put that Toyota on there,
We probably loosened it with the impact.
Did we? Then how come it didn't loosen with the impact?
We just loosened it.
Oh yeah, well you loosened it with that impact.
We stuck the scrap wagon on it.
You see that, Stevie? That wasn't no tiger cat pop that loose.
We put the scrap wagon on it, and that's what broke it.
Tiger cat.
That's what broke it loose.
John Deere broke. There's another load of logs. Yeah, we're not logging today. So everybody else and their brother's logging, and Librings is just pumping it out right and left, making us feel bad.
Making you feel bad.
Oh, it don't matter to you. It all pays the same, don't it?
Today's Friday. I feel pretty good.
Oh yeah. You eating steak tonight?
No.
Going lobster?
No. We're gonna eat cold bologna. We don't get it heated up.
You can put it in a pan and fry it. Cut 3 slices.
Well, that's gonna cause electric bill to go up and turn the stove on.
Oh. Can you build a campfire? You can get firewood for free.
Well, then I gotta use a lighter, and then you got that propane in there. That's gonna cost money for that. So I'm trying to save money.
Oh. Well, you ain't got enough gas money to back that up off that torque wrench.
Well, you need that out of there, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I guess I can.
Back off it. You need to start bidding out your Toyota torque wrench services.
I think I'm gonna start selling some billow belt bumpers.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I had a boy get a hold of me the other night.
Well, Steve, you got messed up and you got too tall here.
Yeah. That's when them deer come across the road and they got their head in the air.
I get them in the head. So you gotta aim
when you hit a deer and it's got its head in the air, the head goes back like this up against the hood, and that there is
stops
the hood.
their head.
That's the hood preventer.
Well, then why didn't you make it all the way across? You didn't want to block the headlights.
Well, she's got her head out here, and her ass is back here, then all she's gonna hit is the fender. I can replace fenders.
Did you? Well, you proved that, ain't you?
You can get them all day long on eBay.
You gonna bore a hole in that thing and put the air dam in there, out there?
No. I do need to get me a piece of rubber though.
Snorkel.
Right there's my air intake. I need to get me a piece of rubber and shove in there as a fender well.
Yep. Belting or something?
Yeah.
Okay, we got junkyard stuff packed and took care of, and I'm coming back up here to Blackie because I got some goodies. And I'm just going to show you all. Now, my bird is officially going to be a chicken truck. That is my door latches, or my door latch knobs. Well, I got other stuff rolling around underneath me. And there's my test ports for my hydraulics. All right, set tight, buddies. All right, looks here. Here we go. Chicken truck Well, you son of a buck. All right, here we go. Chicken truck transformation. I'm gonna screw this off. And here we go. Try it again. Here we go. Look at that. Fancy pants. Stevie, don't you be getting jealous of my big, fancy, super duper chicken truck. Uh-oh, I might have to chase these threads. What is going on, Stout? All right. Oh man, I think this is like metric or something. What's the threads on that thing, did it say? Oh, that ain't good, driver. It's already getting tight. What the hey? It's acting like it's metric though. Oh man, I'm gonna have to chase them thread. Daggone it. Official, it's done. It's about like everything I do. End up having to get the tap die set out, drill it out, work on it, modify it, screw it up just a little bit, and in the end it's modified. And not necessarily for the better. It's just modified so we can say it's modified.